Good morning. It is a Saturday again, and there's still a pandemic in the States because reasons. I'm gonna set up to play with these again today. And I started the camera early because I thought, I could do with saying a few things out loud into the void, and if anybody else wants to hear them, well, whatever. First off, it's a YouTube channel in 2020, and I'm absolutely doing it because it's something to stay entertained with. Alright. I certainly don't have any grand goals. I'm just using this as a method to convince myself to come play with these engines, because I have fun with this and I do miss engine shows, but I'm not great at playing with stuff on my own, so having an expectation to do this for nebulous people on the internet is valuable. I checked for spark here on this horizontal engine, put a dab of oil in it. Still got plenty of oil on the cylinder because I do, in that after maintenance video that I made, I do tip it on end and put oil around the cylinder skirt before I put it away, and then I dab a little oil before I put the batteries in and tuck that away up underneath the box. So anyhow, let's check the vertical engine spark and whatnot. So for anybody who doesn't know this trick, and it's something that I've learned from years of working with electricity and small engines and whatnot, is especially small engines, ignition is incredibly high voltage. You do not want that going through your heart, because it can knock you on your butt and hurt a lot. So you'll see when I was holding that open ignition lead to check for spark, I was also putting my thumb on the gas tank and resting on the radiator here, and the radiator is not connected to the engine properly, but because I'm so used to making sure that my hand is touching metal things when I do all that, the sensation of the cool radiator there we go, was nice. Of course, the reason you do that is when you're holding the wire, if it jumps to your fingers because you're not paying attention or something, it's going to go fastest path to ground, so it's going to go through the wire right into, in this case, my thumb, back into the engine instead of up through from this hand holding the wire up to this hand touching the flywheel. So anyhow, it's a good habit. I've had it a long time. You forget it one time and you learn a valuable lesson, or you don't wake up. So that's a thing to remember about electricity. And I don't know. Yeah. So I'll put some gas in here and stop this recording because The brain droppings are running out. And I'm going to put this to the side someplace or on a playlist that people don't have to listen to it if they don't want to, because, you know, it's not really something that I'm worried about other people finding out about or listening to or interacting with, because it's a lot like personal journal, maybe? I don't know. Sometimes it feels good to mutter out loud, and if anybody hears this and finds something useful or helpful about it, I have a long history of mental health issues, and honestly, when I was a kid and first starting to struggle with all this, if somebody had just told me that if somebody had been more realistic with me about the way the world worked, I probably wouldn't have put so much pressure on myself to believe the kinds of things that people want you to believe about the way the world should work and how everybody should be happy all the time. And if you're not happy all the time, you've somehow made a horrible mistake. Spoiler alert, people who claim they're happy all the time are lying, or they're secretly so terrible that you don't want to spend time with them, because the reason they're happy all the time is because they don't care about anyone around them or anything that isn't about immediately pleasing themselves. And it's real tough to hang out with people like that. But just, you know, really think about the way other people treat you, and not just, you know, don't spend time with people that are actively treating you poorly, but try to think about how you're treating other people. And because you may not notice it, but like I learned as I got older that when I wasn't paying attention, other people were looking up to me, and there were a lot of people who were the same way that I was when I was young, didn't really know what was going on in the world, and were looking around for anybody to set an example. And it turns out if you pick the wrong example and you try to copy what they're doing, you can end up thinking that, you know, Jordan Peterson or some other professional asshole is a real clever guy and has the world figured out, instead of, you know, just a selfish turd who's trying to get anybody he can, or anybody they can cross paths with, to give them more money and power at any price. So anyhow, yeah, getting ready to start these, so we'll stop this and cut away to some good old-fashioned plan without any politics or baloney in it.